So next for our workflow dashboards, we're going to look at setting up one for billing and receiving payments. So I'm going to hit my little plus button up here to add my component. It is going to be the general component type, so I'm going to leave that alone. And then down here, I'm going to hit my drop down and I'm going to choose custom navigation. I'm going to take out the title here and I'm going to call this billing and receiving payments. Obviously, you call it whatever you like. I'm going to change the height to 300, just going to make that box a little bigger. And then down here in my link details is where I give it a name of what I want to do. And then I point to where in the menu that needs to bring me in order to do that transaction. So firstly, what I want to do is I'm going to leave a little note for myself here for when I go into project contract billing, like the generate invoices screen, I need to remember to hit the button for project contract. So I'm going to do in all caps, click project contract. So this is just me creating a little note for myself on this workflow dashboard. So it doesn't matter where I click in the system to do this, but let's just put in generate invoices maybe. So I'm going to have to go to the projects section to do that. Generate invoices. So that's just a little note for myself because I know when I go into the generate invoice screen, I have to press that bullet in order to see my project contracts. And I know it's been 2 years, I'm still giving out about that, but they haven't updated it. So whenever they allow us to change the default on that, I'll stop harping on it. So what I want to do then is my contract billing. So in order to do my contract billing, I have to go to the generate invoices screen. So it's going to be the same link as here. So I'm going to go to invoices and I'm going to go generate invoices. So I might also want to do a quick bill or whatever type of billing it is that you need to do that is not contract billing. And I'm going to point to my in order entry, my transaction for that particular transaction definition. So I'm going to keep on going, find, I definitely went too far. Gotta go back to, oh no, it was order entry. Projects, expenses, inventory, budgets, payroll, purchasing. Where is order entry? Order entry. Okay, so order entry, transactions. I'm going to choose quick bill invoice, but obviously if you have, several transactions, you want to link to the different ones, you can put in a line for each one of them. So I'm going to do quick bill here. And then let's say I want to do retainage release as a line as well. So if you're doing project contract billing and you're releasing retainage on project contracts, you're going to do that through your regular generate invoices screen. So you would link to invoices, generate invoices. But if you're doing, quick bills or whatever in the system and you need to release retainage on those, then you're going to have to link to the AR retainage release section. So I typed in AR there, it brings me down to AR retainage. But like I said, if you're doing project contract billing, you release your retainage through the generate invoices screen. So if you need to link to the generate invoices screen again, do that. Okay, so then receiving payments is going to be next. And I'm going to drop this down and I'm going to link to, I typed in pay there and no. Okay, keep on going here. Let's find the accounts receivable section. Platform services, projects. I think I've got reports, company, cash management, GL, AP, platform services. Wow, I did. Okay. So in accounts receivable, then I'm going to choose the receive payments new button. Okay, and then, so that's to receive my payments. And then let's say you do receiving payments into undeposited funds and then you do bulk deposit to the bank account. So the next step would be to make that deposit to the bank. So I'm going to go to deposits. I'm going to hit payments. Where are we now? Cash management. Nope. GL. Nope. Accounts payable. No. I think ARs after platform services. Okay. So now we're going to find payments, deposits to get me to that screen. And then let's say you had to do a void and you wanted to easily get to that screen. So let's just type in voids here. And to do that, we have to get to the posted payment screen. So I'm going to just scroll down until I find accounts receivable, platform services. Okay, and it's going to be payments, posted payments. So once I have all that in, I'm going to hit save. And like I said, this, remember to click project contract is just a note for myself so that when I go to contract billing and I get to the generate invoices screen, I remember to hit project contract bullet so that I can actually bill out my project contracts. And then if I'm doing a quick bill, I'm going to hit this little quick bill button, which is going to bring me to that particular transaction definition, and I can add from there. Retainage release is going to be the retainage release section. But like I said, if you're doing retainage release on contract billing, you're going to do that through the generate invoices screen. So you may set up with the same exact screen as this, which is totally fine. And then receive payments is going to bring me to receive payments new. I'm going to add from there and do that. And then if I go to undeposited funds and then I need to do a bulk deposit to the bank, this is going to bring me into my deposits. And I would set that up there. I'd create that from there. And then let's just say you needed to do a void and you don't want to have to spend ages looking for where that is in the system. Click on this button. It's going to bring you to the posted payments section and you can do your reversals from there. Okay, so that's your billing and receive payments workflow. And next, so accounts payable is next.